Alright guys, so in the last video we created our profile model, so we can actually close that up, and we're going to go into Routes API Profile.js. Now there's a lot of different routes we have to create here. I think the first one I want to create is a route to get our profile. Alright, I know we don't have one yet, so we will be creating a route to create a profile, but I want to get that out of the way first, just to have a route to fetch our own profile. So we're going to go ahead and this is going to be a GET request, but the endpoint is going to be API/profile/me. Okay, because just API profile, I want that to get all profiles. This particular endpoint, I want to just get just ours based on the user ID that's in the token. So let's change this to get current users profile, and this is going to be private, obviously, because we're getting the profile by the user ID that's in the token, so they have to send a token, which means we need to bring in the auth middleware and add that. So let's go up here and say const auth equals, and let's set this to require, and we want to require //middleware/auth, and then add that as a second parameter. So whatever routes we want to protect, that's all we have to do is add that as a second parameter. So inside here, let's get rid of this right here. We'll replace with some curly braces, and we're going to be using async await because we're using Mongoose here, which returns a promise. So let's add right here async. Okay, and then we're going to do a try catch. This is going to be kind of a recurring theme here. So try catch, and in the error, we're going to do a console error and error.message, and then let's just do res.status of 500, and just say .send, and then server error. All right, and then inside the try, we're going to create a variable called profile and set that to await because we're going to call our model method. We didn't bring in the model though. Let me just do that. So we'll do const profile, and we want to go, let's see, // into models, and then we want profile. All right, we're also going to need the user profile, user model, so we might as well bring that in as well. So that'll be user. All right, and then back down here after await, we're going to take the profile model and we're going to call .find1 because we're only finding one, and we want to find it by the user. Now remember, we have access to request.user, and we want to get it by the ID. Now this user right here is going to pertain to our profile model user field, which is going to be the object ID of the user. Okay, so we're going to set that to the user ID that comes in the token. Now I also want to populate this with the name of the user and the avatar. And if you remember, those things are in the user model, not the profile model. So we can actually, we can use a method called populate to add that stuff to this query. So let's say populate, and we want to populate from user. And then the second parameter is an array of fields that we want to bring in from user. And we want to bring in name, and we want to bring in avatar. All right, so that's that. Now we're going to check to see if there's no profile. All right, so if there's no profile, then we want to return a res.status 400.json, and we're just going to pass in a message that says there is no profile for this user. All right, and then underneath that, if there is a profile, we're just going to do res.json, and we're going to send along the profile. So that's it. We'll save that. Oh, I forgot to put /me here. Okay, because that's the endpoint we want to hit, is this API profile me, and this should be a GET request. All right, so if we go to Postman, what I'm going to do is open up a new tab, make a GET request to localhost 5000 /API /profile /me. And if I do that, it says there's no token. Okay, we don't have a token. Now I'm going to go back to my login user tab, and I'll just resend this, get this token, and go back to this tab. Let's add headers, x-auth-token, and for the value, we're going to paste that token in and send. And it says there is no profile for this user, which is true. We don't have a profile for, is this? Yeah, this is the user Brad. All right, so I think the next thing we want to do is create a route to actually create a profile. But before I do that, I'm going to save this tab right here. So this is get logged in users profile. And we want that in users and auth, so we'll save that. Okay, so I'm going to close register user. I'll leave open login user in case we need that again to refresh the token or whatever. But I think that we can stop here, and in the next video, we'll go ahead and create a route to actually create a profile for the user.